All right, good evening, and thank you so much for joining into our 101 class. I am going to be just introducing oils to you and talking a little bit about doTERRA and why I love it. Now, can you guys hear okay? Because I have some people asking how they get volume. Can you hear? Well, somebody comment if you can hear me. Can you hear me? How do you get volume? Okay. Felicia, are you hearing okay now? You can see me. I would just turn your volume up. And I know that probably sounds like a little bit, I don't know what the word is, but I'm seeing that everyone else can hear okay. So I'm wondering if it's just your computer. I don't know if you have like a headphones that you can plug in. You can also call in, I believe, as well. Anyway, I'm going to hurry and pull open. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to introduce myself real fast. My name is Jen Oldham, and I have been using doTERRA for 9 years now, 9.5 years. And I initially started when my friend told me, I was just telling her that I was struggling, feeling anxious all the time. And I had taken a ton of different medications for that. Well, it was a combination of ADHD and anxieties. And I did find some things that would help with the ADHD. But anxieties, I just couldn't ever find anything that worked. And I would get really frustrated because they would tell me, okay, well, we need to build you up to a certain dose and then we'll see if it's working. And so we keep dosing me up and up and up. And I'm like, I don't really know that I feel any different right now. And it was frustrating because I wanted to find a solution or an answer. And my friend said, okay, well, so what if you were to try essential oils? And I said, I'll totally give them a try. I had looked at a handout when I was pregnant with my oldest daughter of essential oils, and it had caught my interest, but I never did anything else with it. I just, went along my way. And then, so when she brought it up, I was intrigued by it. I liked the idea of being able to take care of as much as I could from home without going to see a doctor. I thought that sounded awesome. I thought that'd be so great. I would save time. I'd save money. And if I'm using something that's natural, it's going to be so much safer for my body. And it's been crazy to see, even over the last 5 years, how many problems we have with our food, how many recalls on our medication, just how I feel like we're living in a really toxic environment, to be quite honest. And it just makes me so grateful for the opportunity to use the oils, because I really like knowing that I'm using something that is safe for myself and my whole family. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so here we go. So that's a little bit of my introduction. So I started using the oils for my anxieties, and I was like, wow, that's working really, really well. My very first oil that I tried was balance oil. That is an oil that is meant to help reduce anxious feelings. I like to call it my oil neutralizer. Well, not my oil neutralizer, but my mood neutralizer, because no matter what I'm feeling, it neutralizes it. So if I'm feeling like, fried and frazzled, that's a really good oil for that. But then if I'm feeling like today, where it's literally, I'm in Utah and it has been 50 degrees and raining, and normally we're like 70, 80 and sunny and it's beautiful. And I just am like, if I do not see the sun, I'm going to go crazy. And using that balance just helps lift my spirits and help me to say, oh, it's all right. I can handle this. I can deal with this. And then I thought, okay, this is working for my anxieties. What else would oils be beneficial for? Like maybe next time one of my kids gets sick, the oils would help. Or maybe those nasty warts on my husband's feet, what if the oils would help with that? And I found that I was very pleasantly surprised with how much the oils helped with. So I'm going to go through this handout, and we're going to talk about just modern approach to the medication, or modern approach to health, natural approach to health, why essential oils are so effective. And then most importantly, I want to talk about the quality of doTERRA and explain why it's so important to use good quality oils. And then I'm going to go through the different ways to use them. And then I'm going to talk about a few of my favorite oils. Now, this is where I'll open it up to you, and I'll open it up to 5 health concerns or questions that you may have. Like if you want to know what oils might help. So be thinking about those. If there's anything that's just you want to ask me, you can chat in, or I will. You could probably just chat it in, would probably be the best way. And then I can help answer your questions. And then I will show you, I'm going to talk about the lifelong vitality because it's something you can get for free right now. And then I'll show you, if you're not already involved with doTERRA, I will show you how you can purchase some oils. But I do want to ask one more time, can you guys hear me okay? Will somebody comment if they can hear me okay? I was feeling bad. I know someone was saying they couldn't hear. There's a chat box, and you can just type and say, yes, I can hear you. You can hear. Oh, you can hear, Felicia. I'm so glad. I was really worried and stressed out. Okay, perfect. Well, first of all, I want you guys to know that you totally have choices when it comes to healthcare. And I want you to totally understand that I totally get that we need doctors. Absolutely, we need doctors. But if I can avoid the doctor and modern medication, I totally will. But there's times that I'm really grateful that we have it. So I just want to explain the difference between modern approach versus the natural approach. So with most modern medications, we're managing symptoms. Oh, you have a headache? Here's a medication. Or, oh, you have dry mouth from the medication from the headache? Here's something for that. Oh, your stomach hurts because the dry mouth medication for your headache is now causing a stomach upset. So it's like a domino effect. You know, a lot of times we're taking medications because you have side effects from so many things. And oftentimes it's literally just managing symptoms. The cool thing is that modern medicine totally understands the importance of essential oils because they are taking synthetic agents, so isolated synthetic agents from like the things that you'll find in the oils. So for example, aspirin, that is made from synthetic wintergreen, which has methacrylate in it, which is a painkiller. So it's awesome. Like they realize, you know what, there's value to natural medicine, but they want to patent it and they want to make it synthetic. So we have a lot of side effects from modern medication. I'm sure a lot of you guys have had some side effects that you don't like. Now, again, I have a son that does need a medication and I'm grateful for it, but I'm glad that out of 6 of us, only one of us occasionally needs medication, and that's my son. So I'm really grateful that that's all it is. And it's for his asthma. Like he has to do a daily inhaled steroid. Otherwise we end up in the ER all the time. But the cool thing is that the oils still help to control his asthma so that he doesn't have as many asthma attacks, which is awesome. So medications can cause a lot of side effects. In fact, whenever I take him to the doctor, they always list the side effects, or make sure you brush his teeth after he does this inhaler because it can rot his teeth. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is crazy, right? So there can be a lot of side effects from them. We are spending so much money on healthcare. And I want you guys to ask yourselves, are you healthier because of the amount of money that you're spending on healthcare? And oftentimes the answer is no. So if you look at the natural approach, the oils meet the body's needs. So here's an example. I get headaches sometimes, and I can take ibuprofen and it will totally get rid of my headache for 4 hours, and then it comes back. Now, if I can use an oil to help get rid of the head tension that's going on, or like the pinched nerve in my neck that's going on, or the hormone imbalance that's causing the headache goes away and stays away because I've just addressed the root cause instead of just covering up the symptoms. So I love to use my oils for things like headaches because it will actually address, okay, you know what, this is a hormone headache. I'll use an oil that's going to balance my hormones and then I'm going to feel better. Oils are very safe. They're extracted from plants. You know, think about it. Even a plant-based diet, when you're eating a plant-based diet, you feel better than when you're eating synthetic food. Your body reacts to it better, knows how to deal with it, knows how to process it. It's exact same thing with oils that come from plants. Our body's like, oh, I got this. I know what to do. And the oils can be really good for both physical and emotional health. So I initially started using the oils because I wanted them for emotional reasons. And then I very quickly realized that they were so beneficial for me on an emotional or on a physical level as well. It was really great. I loved it. Okay, so I want to talk about why oils are effective. So first of all, this is a picture of a peppermint leaf. And a peppermint leaf, when you think about it, is green in your mind, right? Well, if they magnify it, the one on the right that I'm circling is what the peppermint leaf now looks like. It looks like a sea creature. And these little yellow blobs on here are the sacs that the essential oil is in on the plant. So when you smell a peppermint leaf, what you are smelling is that essential oil that's in the plant. So the oil does 2 things for plants. First of all, it provides it with its aroma, and it can provide protection for the plant, which is really cool. So we have found, wow, there's some really great things from plant-based medicine. And so what we do to get the oils out is you either steam distill it, which is how they get most of the oils extracted, or they cold press extract it. So doTERRA really treats this like a science. It's not just a willy-nilly, like they really look at the science of it. So when they extract the oils through cold compress, what are the properties in the oil compared to if we do steam distillation? So they found, for example, like a citrus oil, like lemon, lime, grapefruit, things like that, they are going to be a more potent and a stronger oil when you do cold pressed extraction instead of steam distillation. Most other plants, they do steam distillation because it produces a wonderful oil. So I want you guys to make a fist. I want you to make a fist because this fist right now is going to be your cell. So we all have millions of cells in our bodies, right? And we have viruses that live on the inside of the cell, so on the inside of your hand, and you have bacteria that are on the outside. So when you get sick and you have a virus, how many of you guys have been to the doctor and you're like, I am so sick, I've got a horrible fever, I've got a headache, I feel like I'm swallowing shards of glass, you feel horrible, and the doctor says, that's too bad, I can't do anything, you have a virus, go home and sleep. And you're like, well, that's just it, that's why I'm here, I can't sleep because I'm so miserable. So if this is your cell and a virus lives on the inside of your cell, they cannot do anything because all of our cells, so the outside of our cell has a cell membrane on it that is going to keep things out of the cell. Anything that is water soluble cannot get into that cell. So our antibiotics are water soluble. So they can't get in and kill the virus that's on the inside of the cell. So the virus can then turn your cell into a viral breeding ground and you're getting sicker and sicker. Bacteria on the outside of your cell is able to be killed by an antibiotic if it's not antibiotic resistant, because our bacteria on the outside of the cell, so the antibiotic doesn't have to get through the cell membrane. So essential oils are lipophilic, which means they can get through that cell membrane and they can get in and kill the virus, which is awesome because it means that you don't have to be as sick when you get a virus as you are when you don't use essential oils. So there are certain oils that are very effective at killing both viruses and bacteria, which is amazing because I don't know about you, but I don't like being sick. I lose the will to live when I get sick. I just think, oh my gosh, this is so awful. I really do hate being sick. So essential oils can kill both viruses and bacteria. And one of my all-time favorite oils to do that is On Guard oil. It has amazing properties to kill both viruses and bacteria. And it's incredible. And the oils don't build up resistance like antibiotics do, which is amazing. So I use example is On Guard all the time just to prevent being sick. And that's the other great thing is if you were using, if you were going to go on vacation, you wouldn't say, sometimes at this time of year, I get an ear infection. Can you give me an antibiotic? The doctor's going to say, no, we're going to treat you for an antibiotic or an ear infection after you get it. If you're prone to ear infections, go ahead and use some tea tree oil, put it behind your ear, and you can use it to prevent an ear infection, which is so great. You don't have to wait for it to happen, which I personally love. So the oils can kill both viruses and bacteria. They're very versatile. They're not going to build up resistance to bacteria or viruses, and they're going to really protect you and help you be super healthy. The best part is they're super cost effective. So a lot of times people will say, oh, the essential oils are so expensive. Okay, so when I go to the doctor, just to visit the doctor, like if something comes up, I'm going to be at a minimum out of pocket $150. If we go to the ER, it's probably going to be at least $1,500 minimum. And that's what I have to pay cash. I have great insurance. Once I've spent $10,000 out of my own pocket, then my insurance kicks in and takes care of everything. So as you can imagine, I really like to take care of things on my own. And here's an example. My husband is kind of got red hair and he's got really fair skin. And he has a tendency to get basal cell carcinoma all over his face. And actually he's just had it on his face so far. And that's basically skin cancer. So not a huge fan of it. So he can go in and get it cut off. And it usually runs us about $500. A lot of money, right? Or he can use frankincense, oregano, and totally get rid of those basal cell carcinoma spots. A bottle of frankincense, wholesale price, is $70. Oregano is, I think, $26. So we're looking at frankincense, they just dropped the price. It's $65. So we're looking at $100 for 2 full-size bottles. My husband does not have to use an entire bottle of frankincense to get rid of his moles. He could make up a roller, like a roller bottle, and probably put 10 drops of each and fill up the rest with coconut oil. and I'm not a big math person, but I think we could make that roller bottle for between $5 and $10, and it will totally get rid of that skin blemish or that's causing him problems. That is so much cheaper than the $500 it costs to go to the dermatologist. Now, if we ever see signs of melanoma, I will be at the dermatologist. Don't get me wrong. But the point is we have saved so much money using these essential oils because they're very cost effective. They're very, very cost effective. So now I want to talk about the quality of doTERRA, because you will notice, when I started 9 years ago, there were other essential oil companies out there. doTERRA was by no means the first, but typically you could only find essential oils in a health food store. Well, now you find oils everywhere. You find them at Walmart, Target. I mean, I think I see them at every drugstore I walk into. I mean, there are oils offered everywhere. And what's a little bit scary to me is that we're not really quite sure what's in those bottles most of the time. And here's why. Most oils are purchased through a broker or a perfumery. So like a company wants to sell essential oils, they'll work through a broker. They have no idea where they were grown. They don't know where the farm is. They don't know about anything about the farmer. They're just buying the oils through the broker. And so the company that's now slapping a sticker on it that says 100% organic, they've never had it tested. They don't know anything about the farm, but they've been told, oh, it's organic. 95% of essential oil companies are selling adulterated oils. Now, I'm not just saying this because it sounds scary. This is the proven, tested and proven results. Our top competitor, 50% of their oils have been adulterated. 50%. That's a lot. And, when I'm using these on my kids or myself, my husband, I want to make sure that I'm using something that's safe. There's a lot of scary chemicals out there. A lot of those scary chemicals that are being sprayed onto our plants. I want to make sure when I'm using an oil that none of that is in the oils that I'm using for my health. So doTERRA does a few things to make sure that they've got a really good quality. So first of all, they source their oils from where they're indigenously grown, because we know we're going to get a really good, we know we're getting really good oils when we are working with the farmer directly. We see what they're doing. We see what their practices are. And, a lot of times we're working with farmers that this has been in their family for generations, and this is their expertise. So we don't just take their word for it. We then have every single batch of oils tested. So doTERRA has a website called Source to You. And on the bottom of every single bottle of oil, there is a number. And if you put that number into the website, you'll see a little place where you can put the number in. It will pull up the report from that batch of oil. So it will say, like I did it with Cypress the other day, and I put in my little code, and sure enough, it said Cypress. And I'm like, this is so great. And it shows you what is in that oil. So for me, I don't know how to read those reports, but I do know that there are some pretty nasty toxins I don't want anywhere near anything I'm putting on my body. Glyphosate, or however you say it, is one of those, which is the main ingredient in Roundup, which is in so many of our foods, which is sprayed on so many crops. I don't want that in my oil. And doTERRA does not have that in their oil, which is awesome. So you can read the lab report and see these are totally unadulterated natural oils. So sometimes you'll notice doTERRA's peppermint in particular, you'll notice this peppermint smells a little bit different. That's because we let Mother Nature take her course. And sometimes the peppermint, if it rains more or rains less, will smell a little bit different. It's still an excellent bottle of peppermint, but doTERRA refuses to add any fragrance to it so that it always smells the same. We're going to let Mother Nature do her thing. She's a lot smarter than we are when it comes to growing plants. I can't grow plants because I kill everything. So doTERRA has a really good quality of oils. And the great thing is the company testing the oils is third party. So it's not doTERRA. They have somebody else testing the oils, which is great. All right, so now I want to talk about the 3 different ways to use the oils. So the first is aromatic. And if you guys have oils handy, you go grab some. If you happen to have a bottle of orange, go grab some, and grab some peppermint. So this is my favorite thing to show people when it comes to the oils, is how you can use them aromatically. So you can get a drop of peppermint and a drop of orange, and you can drop it right in your hands, rub your hands together, and you can cup your hands over your mouth, and you can smell that, just inhale that aroma. And it's amazing because it does a few things for you. First of all, it opens your airway. Nobody's going to have a stuffy airway after breathing in orange and peppermint. Second of all, it's going to boost your mood. Smelling orange is very uplifting. If you're ever feeling angry, grab a citrus oil, lemon, orange, and notice how amazing you feel just smelling it. And you'll smell amazing smelling it too. So it's very good for your mood, and it also freshens the air. That's code for it kills germs. So for example, On Guard that I talked about being a good immune oil, that's a really good oil to put in a diffuser because it's going to kill airborne pathogens, which is amazing. So I have a diffuser in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the rooms, 7 rooms in my house, 8. I have 8 diffusers in my house. I love my diffusers because they kill germs, they lift my mood, and they open up my airway. And 2 of those things are super important to me. I want to be able to breathe, and usually that's not a problem. So having a happy mood is huge for me. And then getting the airborne junk out of the air is also huge for me. So using them aromatically is awesome. And there's a lot of different fun things you can do when you diffuse your oils. And I have fun mixing and matching. Today I did clary sage, lime, and patchouli. And it smelled really good. It was like sagebrush, so it smelled good. I loved it. Now, another way to use your oil is topically. So if you have that oil on your hand still, you could just rub some right on the back of your neck. And if you have peppermint in your hands, you're going to notice, wow, I feel a cool tingly sensation. Like I feel really good. You could rub some on your chest, just don't rub it on your face. But that is using an oil topically. So using an oil topically is kind of intuitive. So if it hurts, put an oil on it. So like when I get my hormone headaches, here's my protocol. First of all, I do treat the headache. So I'll use frankincense and peppermint. That is my favorite headache blend of all time. I use it all the time. I put it on my temples, put it on the back of my neck. Well, typically I get hormone headaches because headaches because of hormone imbalance. So I'll take some Clary Calm and I'll put it on my my reflex points. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word reflex. My reflex points for my uterus, my ovaries. And it's crazy that combination usually gets rid of and keeps the headache away, and it works way faster than ibuprofen. Ibuprofen does work for me, but it takes 30 to 60 minutes. That's not the most fun thing to experience for 30 to 60 minutes. So if I can use my oils, it's usually gone within 1 to 2 minutes. It's amazing how fast it works. So that's using an oil topically. Deep Blue is another really popular oil to use topically because it's so good for sore muscles. I slept funny the other day, and it was one of those things where my head was like, I didn't want to move my head from looking like this. So I was like, if I turn my neck, it hurts. So I put some Deep Blue on it and some frankincense, and I was amazed at how fast it worked and how well it worked. That's Deep Blue. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can use the oils internally. Let's see what this chat message says. So frankincense and peppermint is my headache combo. So internally, I love to use the oils internally. Now, not everybody feels comfortable using oils internally, and that's okay. If you don't use them internally. But there is actually an article written by an excellent ear, nose, and throat physician, and he has an article published on why it is safe to take the oils internally. Now, the reason you'll find contradictory articles is because, as I mentioned before, quality essential oils are hard to find. So people will use frankincense or lemon, and it's laced with toxins in it, or it's diluted and it doesn't work as well. And so, no, you don't want to use those internally. doTERRAs, they're safe, so you're totally fine to use them internally. So for me, one of my favorite oils to use internally is lemon or orange, and I love to just put a drop or 2 in my water. So I got a stainless steel water bottle the other day, and I just filled it up with some water, put some orange in it, sloshed it around a bunch, dumped it out, and then filled it up with some ice water, and it was so good. It was like, oh, it was good. I loved it. You can do the same thing with lemon, and you can actually put drops of oil in your water as well. It's going to be very detoxing for your body. So I say if it hurts on the inside, take an oil internally. So if you've got something going on, like if I ever get a UTI or my kidneys are bothering me or my liver's, I feel like a little bit bogged down, I love to use the oils internally for that. Okay, so I want to talk about a few of my favorite products. And one of the first things that I want to talk about, because if you are new to doTERRA and do not have an account, you can get this Lifelong Vitality for free. So first of all, I'm going to tell you about the Lifelong Vitality, and then I'm going to tell you how you can get it for free. All right, so I need to stop sharing my screen And I'm going to share it again. Oh, hang on. Oh, here we go. So this is doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack. There are 3 pieces to it. And it's a product that they had since I started at doTERRA 9 years ago. It used to be called the the wellness pack. Anyway, now it's the Lifelong Vitality. And it also comes in vegan form. And I tell you this because I love the name of it. So Lifelong Vitality is what we call it, or the LLV. And if you get the vegan form, it's the LLVV. Makes me happy. Anyway, so there are 3 pieces to the Lifelong Vitality. The first is the Alpha CRS. So there are 2 things aging our body faster than anything else. And that's inflammation and oxidation. Oxidation is like you see a car where the paint's kind of bubbling and peeling off. That's oxidation. Or how an apple turns brown. That's oxidation. Well, the same thing is going on in our bodies, and that's not a good thing. We don't want oxidation in our bodies. That's why you're constantly told to eat your antioxidants, which can come in the form of fruits and vegetables. Well, most of us are not getting anywhere near the amount that we need. And so that's why supplementation is so important. Plus, our food does not have the nutrients that it once did. So again, supplementation is super important. So the Alpha CRS has a really good level of of antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. The anti-inflammatory that doTERRA likes is boswellic acid. Super anti-inflammatory, and it's amazing. So if you're ever struggling with like achy joints or just feeling stiff and rigid and just not as young as you once were, this Alpha CRS is incredible. Then we also have the Microplex VMZ. This is the vitamin and mineral. So the reason it's important to have minerals with your vitamins is that so your body can absorb the vitamins. So vitamin and minerals are super important together. So a lot of vitamins that you take, they literally are like a brick sitting in your stomach, and they're not being digested, and you pee them out. I'll be honest. So you're really not absorbing it. Or we go through phases where it's like the super vitamin where they like pack it way more than what you need of vitamins and minerals, but your body isn't even absorbing it anyway. So that's why having it food-based, plant-based is really important, because your body's like, oh, I know how to use that. So that's Microplex VMZ. And then they've got the fish oils. 95% of us are deficient in our E-omegas. And E-omegas are important for heart health, brain health. It's just important for our body functioning. So it's scary that we are so deficient in our E-omegas. I remember when my father-in-law had his heart attack, the first thing the doctor told him was, you have got to, after they got him stabilized, you need to get on a good E-omega, because that's going to be super important for your heart health. So I love knowing that I am taking care of, because I'm a very healthy person. I rarely get sick. I can't even tell you how many times growing up in a family of 7, there was 5 kids and then my parents, that I was the only one not sick. So I naturally have a really great immune system. But I want to stay healthy. And so this Lifelong Vitality allows me to do that, which is awesome. So they have a lot of really great studies. They did a clinical trial, and they had 16 people on the trial, and they were asked to take the the LLV for 2 months. And they were supposed to do a normal diet. They were supposed to exercise normally. And they did a blood sample from each person before they did the trial and after they did the trial. So it was pretty crazy what they saw. So I'm just going to read this. The following markers showed statistically significant improvement after supplementation: blood lipids, fasting insulin, cardiovascular biomarkers, EPA, and the AA/EPA ratio. These health biomarkers showed that the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality supplements had positive effects on biochemical indicators of cardiovascular health, antioxidant status, inflammation levels, and blood glucose regulation. And people were also, and there's some things that you can't measure as well. Like people were saying, I have better mental clarity. I've got more energy, more motivation, happiness. There's a lot. It's a really cool study. And I've had a lot of people, I've been doing doTERRA for 9 years, And I have, I do this as a business, but I have almost 80,000 people on my doTERRA team. And this is doTERRA's most popular product. And I have had so many people have such wonderful outcomes with this. Some of them are able to get off other medications they were taking, working with their doctor, because some of those important levels were regulated by using the Lifelong Vitality. So it's incredible. So there's a bunch more research on this, and I won't go too much more into detail because I want to be respectful of everyone's time. So I'm going to go back to my other handout. So that's the Lifelong Vitality, and you can get it this month for free if you have not already signed up with doTERRA. So I'm going to show you a couple of my other favorite products. So I talked a little bit about the On Guard. Frankincense, I mentioned briefly for headaches. Frankincense is highly anti-inflammatory. It's an oil that I take every single day. It has amazing properties. It's amazing for cellular health. And it is an oil I take every single day. It's incredible. So I love my frankincense. It's also, I call it an oil enhancer. So if you're using an oil for like a mosquito bite, let's say you have a mosquito bite or you have a sunburn and you want to use some lavender, using frankincense will help the lavender to work even better. And then the frankincense has really good properties itself. So it's one of my favorite oils. Balance oil is another, that was the very first oil I started with. That is your calming oil to the max. It's incredible. I love it. Tea tree oil is another one that's so great. It's amazing for your skin, your hair, your nails. Like I notice a lot of hair products that will have tea tree oil in it. And it's great because you can use doTERRA's tea tree, which you know is top quality, and you can just add a drop to your, I'll put the shampoo in my hands, then I'll put a drop of tea tree and I'll massage my scalp with it, just with the pads of my fingers. And it's been amazing to watch my hair finally get a little bit longer. Well, I was cutting it like every 3 months. That wasn't helping either. But the tea tree oil is so great. Lavender is so relaxing and calming. I love the peppermint. Peppermint is, again, I love to use it with the frankincense for any sort of head tension that I have. It's also good for stomach issues, sore muscles. So these are just kind of breezing through some of my favorite oils and some of my favorite products. So doTERRA has a very wide selection of essential oils and other oil-infused products. And they have some of them pictured here. They've got spa products. They have a lot of products geared around the On Guard oil. Because On Guard's so powerful, they've turned it into a soap, a mouthwash. They have a hand sanitizing spray. They've got laundry detergent. They have a cleaner concentrate. They've got beadlets. They look like little fish eggs that are filled with a little bit of On Guard. They've got soft gels filled with On Guard. So there's a lot of really great products just based around On Guard. So I want to open it up real quick. If you have any questions or health concerns that you want to ask about, maybe get an idea of the oils that can help, go ahead and type it in, or I can briefly unmute everybody. All right. So everyone's unmuted. Is there anybody that has something that they want to ask about with the oils?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was wondering, is any of the doTERRA oils good for diabetes?
So it depends if you're talking about type 1 or type 2.
Type 2.
Yes. So of course with type 1, that is there's oils that can help with that, but not oils that are going to ever cure type 1, of course. So I am going to pull open my trusty Modern Essentials book. And I'm going to type in diabetes. So one thing that is good is cinnamon. Cinnamon is going to regulate your blood sugar levels. Rosemary is also really good. Geranium's also really good. Basil's really good. And then, they have several oils listed on there, but those are your top recommendations. They also have an oil called Slim and Sassy, and that one is another good one because it has, it's got cinnamon, orange, peppermint, grapefruit, and lemon. Really good just for your blood sugar. So that's definitely what I would recommend for diabetes. They also have, there's a really cool app called the Modern Essentials. If you ever purchase a kit through me, I always send you the hardback book for free. But if you want to purchase the app, it's $6.99, and you can type things in and it will tell you exactly what to do. So great question. All right.
Hey.
Anything else? We have a chat. Insect repellent. Okay, yes. You guys, I have not bought store-bought insect repellent in like 8 years. doTERRA has a really good insect repellent called Terra Shield. Now, some people like to add things to it like lemongrass or cedarwood or put it in some witch hazel or whatever, but I just use it straight from the bottle. I use Terra Shield and I love it, and it has worked so well. Next question is arthritis. So arthritis of the hands. My number one recommendation is going to be that Lifelong Vitality. I had a friend, she's an artist, she paints, and she's like, I was getting to the point of paint, and I started doing that Lifelong Vitality, and I could move my fingers and my hands, and it was helpful. Another thing I would do is get some lotion, and you could put a little bit of frankincense in it. You could try some deep blue. Deep blue is really strong, but I do think that would help. But that frankincense, or sorry, that Lifelong Vitality with frankincense, I think is going to be amazing for arthritis. All right, 2 more questions. Anyone else? All right, there's no more questions. That is okay. I'm going to mute you guys again. It's nice and quiet. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So yes, you can see, there was another question I'll answer that because I love it. And it's best home cleaning solutions. So I have not bought a store-bought cleaner in probably 8 years. It took me about a year to start using the cleaners, but I found my 1-year-old walking around with a can of like Comet or something. And I was freaking out because that stuff is so toxic. And I also remember when I was pregnant with her, cleaning my bathtub and then literally opening the window and like smashing my face against the screen so I could get some fresh air. Cause I was like, good grief, this is like burning my lungs. This can't be good for anybody. And so I decided to make my own cleaners. And so my main cleaning ingredients in my home are vinegar, baking soda, and then my main go-to oils are tea tree, lemon, and On Guard. So sometimes I do mix up some other cleaners using other things, but those are my all-time favorite oils. And I literally just get some glass spray bottles, and I use the oil. I just fill it up with water. And I know that oils and water don't mix, but I just shake it up really well, spray it all over the counter. And it smells so amazing, but it like cleans the counter. It disinfects the counter. It's amazing. I clean my bathrooms with the tea tree. So tea tree I mix with vinegar and I like spray it all over everything in the bathroom. And then I mix some vinegar with it, some baking soda, and I scrub it all out like it's a cleanser. And it works like a charm. We've been super healthy at our house, so the oils have got to be doing something right. All right, so last question is random nausea. So I like peppermint. So doTERRA has the peppermint beadlets. Do they have a picture of them here? They do not. That's okay. So the peppermint beadlets, they really do look like little tiny fish eggs, and they've got 1/4 a drop of peppermint in them. Those can be really good. doTERRA also has a blend just for stomachs called Digest Zen. Or you could even just put they've got some new ginger drops. Ginger, lime, I can't remember what's mixed with them, but they're ginger lemon drops. And so they've got several things that are good for stomachs. Awesome. Those are great questions. Okay, so I just want you guys to just think, okay, what do you want to feel less of and what do you want to feel more of? And I just want you to think, okay, I bet you that oil would help. If you want to feel less anxious, feel more happy, you want to feel less pain, more energy, there are oils that are going to help you with that. So that is why I love that app that I was just telling you about, or the book, The Modern Essentials. I love it because I understand that when you get oils, it's overwhelming and it's like, I don't know what to do with these. That's how I felt. Some of the oils, it was kind of a no-brainer. Like if it's called Breathe, obviously that's going to be for your respiratory system. Or if it's called Digest Zen, that's going to be good for your stomachs. But you look at a bottle of oregano or frankincense or, even sometimes peppermint, and you're wondering, what do I do with these oils? That book shows you how. It's amazing. And it's going to just show you how to feel the way you want to feel and to make the feelings that you do like to just be stronger. So it's awesome. So we went through and talked about the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and I want to show you real quick how to purchase oils. So there's 2 different ways. So you can do retail where you're paying the full retail price. Now, I cannot in good conscience ever recommend this just because getting the wholesale price is so easy. So it's a one-time $35 fee. And then once you have that, you have a wholesale membership. So it's like Costco or Sam's Club where you pay that annual fee. And actually it's a one-time fee because the annual fee is a $25 renewal. It's less. And they give you a free bottle of peppermint. But but then whenever you want to purchase oils, you get 25% off. And here's the cool part. You aren't required to order monthly. My dad tried to order a bar of soap from another company the other day, and it was a network marketing company. And I was laughing hysterically when he was telling me about this because my dad just does not care about ordering monthly from anybody. He's like, I just want a bar of soap. I don't want to pay a $20 membership for a bar of soap and then order. He's like, and then they told him he had to order $60 a month. He's like, I don't need all that. I just need a bar of soap. Well, the good news is with doTERRA, you do not ever have to order a certain amount every month. They have really great monthly reward programs if you want to do that, but it's always up to you. You can still keep your membership and not order every single month, which is great. So one thing that they have done is they have put together their most popular oils in enrollment packages, and they've discounted it above and beyond wholesale. So at a very minimum, you are getting membership free with any enrollment kit. So they've got the Diamond Kit that has every product in it. But I'm going to show you guys what I love. The Diamond Kit's great. I don't want anyone to really worry about doing the Diamond Kit. But if you want a natural solutions kit, like if that kit that we just looked at, it can be a really great way to start. It's a great way to just make over your medicine cabinet and start fresh. You're going to have the products you need. It's going to come with those supplements, which you're actually going to get 2 supplements for free if you do, or get this and then get another one for free. It comes with the soap, the toothpaste, digestive enzymes, and here are the beadlets right here. I was telling you about, I love them. Several On Guard products and a really good set of oils. So you're going to get a really good feel for doTERRA with this kit. Beautiful diffuser. Now I'll show you what most people start with. Most people start with, and I'm actually going to pull up my other favorite kit. Most people start with, there's 2 kits that are $150. One of them is the Family Essentials and Beadlets kit. And it comes with 10 oils. It's going to be the 10 oils that you're going to find yourself using frequently. So you're going to get lemon, lavender, peppermint, tea tree, oregano, and frankincense. And then you're going to get 4 blends, which are Deep Blue, Breathe, Digestin, and On Guard. And then they give you the 2 bottles of beadlets. So this is a really good way to go. So I'm going to stop sharing it for just a second because I'm going to pull open another tab that shows you the kits. doTERRA enrollment kits, because there is another one that I really like that's $150 and it comes with a diffuser. So this one is, I'm going to share my screen again. You guys, thanks for being so patient with me. Okay, so I'm going to show you my another really great way to start. Can you see my screen? Stop share. I'm going to share it again and make sure it's on the right thing. There we go. Okay. So this, okay, you'll notice it has the Family Essentials and Beadlets kit, but this is another really popular option. And that's the Aromatic Diffused Kit because it comes with a diffuser. And this is one of my favorite diffusers. And it's my favorite because I can smell it really well. So I have several diffusers in my house. I have the Lumo, I have the Aromalite, I have several, but I love this petal diffuser because when I diffuse that, and especially like in a bedroom or my kitchen, I can really smell it and it's amazing. And this kit comes with Balance, which is my favorite oil. I say that about a lot of oils, but I really do love Balance. Lavender, Melaleuca, and tea tree are the same oil. So Melaleuca / tea tree, On Guard, Aromatic. I didn't talk about Aromatic, but Aromatic is a really good massage blend. So it's good for your lymphatic system. It's really good for circulation. It's just great for massage. Deep Blue, Orange, and Peppermint. And that was my favorite blend to mix together to put on my hands. So those are the 2 kits that I will tell you that most people start with. And what the deciding factor is do you want a diffuser or not? If you want a diffuser, this is a great way to get started. So I'm going to show you how to get started now. So basically, if you were referred to this class from somebody other than me, I want to make sure that you work with them so that they get the credit for your purchase. If you've worked with me or if you've received my email inviting you to the class, I'm more than happy to help you. I'd love to help you. I just want to make sure I'm not taking anybody, you know, if somebody else referred you to the class, then I make sure to go back to them. But the deal is if you are working with me, I offer a really cool deal to sign up. So I give you a book that shows you how to use all the oils. It's that Modern Essentials book. And then I also give you several samples because I want you to try some other products that doTERRA has, because I want you to just experience it and enjoy it and love it. So I give you samples for 2 oils that I love. And then I give you like a sample of their shampoo and conditioner. I give you a sample of their Deep Blue Rub. I give you a sample of, I'm trying to think, their Serenity Soft Gels. Those are their sleeping pills. Their Tri-Ease. And then I'm trying to remember what else. But there's several things that are in there. So if you want to get started, I definitely recommend doing one of the enrollment kits because you're going to save the most money. So I'm going to type the link to enroll on this chat box. So, and if you click on that, you will be working with me. So make sure, again, if you were with somebody else, work with them and say, hey, I wanted to sign up. I want to make sure I'm working with the right person. Now, if you've been working with me, because I noticed most of you on here are people that I've worked with, you can use that link to sign up. Or you can message me and I can help you. And I'll put my phone number in here as well. Just don't call me at 3 a.m. telling me your big toe hurts and asking an oil to use. My phone will be on silent. I won't be able to help you. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. And I am going to just, again, show you. This just has a couple of the favorite kits. Now, if you're thinking, oh, I really want that Family Essentials kit, but I want the bigger bottles. Yesterday, I helped a woman get this Home Essentials kit because she's like, do you have a kit that has, I want those bottles, but do they come in a bigger size? The answer is yes. It's the Home Essentials kit that you actually get the oils bottle is 3 times as big and you get a diffuser. So what I would do is just think about yourself, think about your concerns, think about your goals, think about you, think about your family, and decide what kit is going to be the best for you in accomplishing those goals. Now, I totally understand being on a budget. When I started doing doTERRA 9 years ago, my husband and I were making $1,700 a month. That's what we were living off of. And the oils were such a priority for me. I figured out how to get them and they immediately saved us money because we were able to avoid going to the dermatologist, and which I talked about earlier. And I thought, you know what? I just used probably $3 of oils and I saved $500. It was so huge for our family. And then I started making my own cleaners. And the fact that I have 4 children and only one of them has been on an antibiotic and is for a stinking skin infection is amazing. 3 of my children have never been on an antibiotic. One of them made it to like 5 years old and slammed his finger in a door, and I was out of town and I was like, my husband wasn't listening to me and putting the right oils on, and his finger was like turning green. So I was like, okay, we'll take him to the doctor. We don't want it to fall off. But you guys, that is the only time in 9, almost 10 years of being a mom that I've had a child on an antibiotic, and that's amazing. We've also not been to the doctor in 5 years for being sick. 5 years. That saved me thousands of dollars. It's been incredible. So I'd love to help you on your oil journey. Please always reach out if you have any questions. If you're not quite sure on a kit, go ahead and reach out. I can give you my recommendations, although I might say, I don't know, they're all great. No, but I can help you. If you give me some ideas on what health concerns you're targeting, I can for sure help you. So are there any last minute questions before I wrap it up? In 10 minutes, you're welcome to stay on and listen, or you're welcome to hop off. I am going to be doing a business opportunity. So if you're interested in the business and you think, I want to know more about the business, I want to do what you're doing, I want to make money by selling essential oils, then you're welcome to listen to the business opportunity. You can just stay on. I'll stop recording it and start recording it again, but we'll be on the same link and we'll talk all about the business. So before I do that, are there any last minute questions? Have I confused you all to death? No, this has been good. All right, awesome. Well, I'm going to stop the recording.